should be live.
Okay. Hey, y'all. So I'm trying to find you. There we go. Buddy, come here. How you doing? We actually got to go on the front porch today. Nice, it's pretty nice out today. Kind of windy, but nice. It's up to 66. I think it's supposed to get to 70, so feels pretty good. Come here, bub. Come here. Get up here. Here's your chewy. Here's your chewy. Daddy be back in a minute. Skip went inside to get his coffee, and I said, Buddy didn't like that. He left him out here. Come on, get up here. So how is everybody today? Jerry, how you doing? Like I hope your weather isn't too bad up there. Like I said, we're back to Florida weather here, thank goodness. I'll tell you what, the last 2 weeks has been really a challenge for us because we're not used to that kind of weather. Even in the winter, it was like I said, we don't get that many days in a row of cold weather. We get cold weather, but like I said, just not that many days in a row, and the gloom and everything that goes with it. But like I said, we're good today. Last couple of days hasn't been too bad. The rest of this week is supposed to be mid to upper 70s, and I think Friday's going to be into the 80s. I can handle that. Yeah, I don't know how much more of winter we got left. Probably at least another month. But if the nights get cold and the days turn out like this, it's not so bad at all. We got a pretty good breeze going through here, and like I say, it's a little. As I wish I brought my jacket out with me because it is a little bit on the chilly side. Because anything under 70, and I'm freezing, but it's not that bad. And I've got sleeves on today, so not really that bad. I hope y'all are doing really well. I keep looking at all the bad weather that everybody's getting all the way around the country, and there's just so much going on with the fires out in California and the snow hitting the Midwest and the East, and I say I haven't got too much to complain about, I guess. So I say don't need to be complaining. That's because we're in pretty good shape actually. So, and Buddy is being a pill today. Come here. Yeah, he hadn't had his nap today, and so he's just been all over the place. And I can't get him to be still. Get up here. Yeah, can't get him to be still. I'm trying to get him to eat his chewy and behave himself, but I guess we get an Amazon delivery. That's cool. I said, what did I order now? I forget. So, yeah, Daddy's coming back. See, Daddy's coming back. He wants you. Okay. Hey. I might. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Just never mind. Just leave it there. Yeah. Always something. And got to turn this a little bit because I don't think you're in here. Well, maybe you are. You have to turn this way. Well, but those Amazon trucks, they're so quiet. I mean, you can't hardly hear them. And as they kind of sneak up on you. I said, I don't remember what was ordered. I don't know. Did you order something from Amazon? I ordered some more chewies.
Buddy, I'll put you in the cage. I swear to God, I will. I'm not going to deal with this.
Like I said, he's been crabby all day. Here's your chewy, baby. So, anyhow, with all the stuff going on in the world, and I said we got no bitch coming. We're sitting pretty good here. And so, what's going on in the world? Let's see. We got a lot already. Jerry and William. Thank you, William. Don't you love that shirt? It's bright. It's like me. Hey, Tammy. Nice to meet you too. Nice that we met Tam and Gemma at World of Beer last Friday, and her and her husband, and I said we had a good time down there. We always do when JC's playing. Like I said, he's a great musician, and the place was packed. I mean, really, really packed. And like I said we had to kind of wait around to get all of us seated, but we did good. I wished, yeah. Let's see, and Rich A from Warminster, Pennsylvania, 49 degrees. Well, that's not bad considering. And John Hargadis, it's a nice day here on Long Island today. Great. I don't know, I don't know really what kind of weather they do have in Long Island. If you're thinking New York weather, I assume. But like it's just, like I say, we haven't got any bitch coming because we're back to spring weather now, so we're good. Yes, Kevin, it is. And Joshua wants to know what's going on in the world. Well, there's a lot of things going on, Joshua. Not a lot of them I'd be real keen on. And like I said, the fires out in California, they have dissipated. They have rain now, and it got within 30 miles of our friend Linda's house up there in the mountains, and then they got snow. I mean, what a blessing. Now the rest of Los Angeles is getting rain, so they're worried about mudslides and that kind of thing. But it was one of they kind of put a kibosh on the wildfires, so we're glad. So hopefully those people come out okay. But like I said, we're just so thankful that Linda didn't have any problems. She lost one house already in the fires out there, but I think it was north of where she's at now. So like I said, hopefully she's in a good spot. And Ron says, happy porch sitting Wednesday. Yes. Like I said, Wednesday's always a great day. It's kind of the middle of everything. And it's what we do. We do Wednesdays. Okay.
You back?
And Jerry's giving some directions to somebody. So, Jerry, you have to be more specific, I guess. But the political arena has kind of slowed down a little bit. We did have some preliminary elections for districts, and I said they'll have a regular election, I think, here soon. But they kind of gave him an idea of who was running. Yeah, give them an idea of who was running and what they had to say. So let's see. Tammy Dunn wants to know if there's no cap on the amenity fee, are you ever worried it will get too expensive? What keeps them from charging $500?
When it does, I'll move. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
I ain't going to worry about things I got no control over. If they raise it to $500 a month, I'm gone.
Yeah, that's just it. When we can't afford it, we'll be gone.
What do you do if your property taxes get too high?
Yeah.
What do you do if your insurance rate gets too high? You move elsewhere.
But we do know that there are a lot of the 55 plus places in Florida that are paying a lot more than we are for a lot less amenities. So we've been to several, and like I said, on the scheme of things, we're really still in good shape. And there is nothing to keep them. They did have a cap on it, and they took that cap off a couple years ago. They're actually thinking about it now. They're doing more talks about putting a cap on it. But I don't really think that's a good idea.
I ain't going to do it.
Well, I said when they have it capped for so many years like they did before, and the prices keep going up, and then all at once they've got to make up that money. And so, I would just go with the flow. As prices rise, just like everywhere else, you just pay it as you go. But like I said, if $500 a month is crossing line for you, then you might want to look elsewhere. But like I said, I don't think you're going to find too many more retirement communities that are under 500 outside of this. I know, of one that we used to go to, and it was 2,400 a month. So, it's one of those things. You decide what you can afford. And I said, when it gets too expensive, we'll be out of here.
Yeah, we've always said this place ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
We also told friends of ours 10, 15 years ago, because if you're here all the time, you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. You may not know exactly about prices of this or that 15 years from now, but you see what's going on. And this is before COVID. And we told friends of ours a long time ago. So if you're wanting to buy a place, you need to get one now before it gets too late. This is back when you could buy, because he wanted a modular home up north where he could get one fairly cheap because he didn't want to come down here full time. And at that time, you could get a pretty decent modular home up there for like $75,000. He just thought that was way too much for what he called a trailer. Which they're not trailers; they're modular homes. It's totally different, but in some people's minds, it's all the same. But that's fine. So he didn't buy. And then the other day, I was talking to him. He said he went down there and he was looking for one for his mother. He said the one I saw listed for sale, he said, was over 200,000. He says, "Is this correct?" I said, "Yeah, it's correct."
Yeah. Yeah, you're buying the lifestyle here. The property that it sits on, whatever it is, and I said the property it sits on is worth a lot. And I said the lifestyle here is, you got to decide if it's worth that money to you. It was to us. At the time, we did a lot of things. We don't do as much anymore. As you get older, you don't do as much as what you started out with, of course. But still, with what we have in mind, and what we'd like to do, what have you, there's just no comparison in any of the other places. So, yes, okay. Yeah, Buddy's still a little bit crazy. Yeah.
He's been that way all morning.
I know he hasn't been asleep at all. And he usually goes to sleep after we come back from the walk, but he hadn't been asleep at all. So he's going to sleep all afternoon eventually. But
it's okay. We ain't going to be here.
Well, yeah.
I have a war with the bank today. Not because we owe them anything. They owe me a lot. And they've made a mistake. And I've called them this morning. She admitted it. And she says, "So how do you want to handle this?" I says, "I'm coming in." So she said, "Well, I'll make my calendar clear from what you tell me, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So after this, that's where we're headed.
Okay.
I ain't had a good battle like this in years.
Oh, my goodness. There's really no battle.
It is a battle.
No. Laura says, "Greetings from my office in suburban Chicago. Glad Central Florida is getting warmer weather. 42 degrees in Chicago. It is coming, Laura. You just have to hang in there."
Little cookie?
Yeah, and Buddy's starting to act like his dad, whiny. Yeah, kind of. But like I said, he's got reason this morning. He hasn't. Usually he goes right to sleep when we come back from the walk, and he hasn't slept at all today. And like I said, when he gets like that, he gets really jumpy, where he wants up and down, up and down, up and down. And like I said, about to drive me nuts. But you give him a cookie, it's your fault. He's going to want that cookie. Let's see. Sherry Barnes Stebbins says, "Greetings from Linden." Well, hello, Sherry. I think you're probably new on the channel. I don't know if I've seen that name before. We don't do anything important here. We sit and try to answer your questions if we can. If you got questions about the villages, if we can't, there's so many people on our chat that live here or that want to live here. They've done more homework than we have because we aren't real fluent about the southern sections, the Eastport area. That's all kind of new, and a lot of people have done a little bit more research.
There's people on here that's from that section down there. There's people on here from that section down here. They can answer questions.
Yeah, well, I said we can't because I said we're that haven't been that fluent in the Eastport area, but there's a lot of people on here that can, and they'll tell you what you need to know. So if you got something to ask us, well, go ahead and ask us a question. You probably can't do the chat from your TV, but if you're on your phone or your computer, don't hesitate to ask if you've got a question. And I said, sometimes we can answer it. If we can't, some of our supporters can. Okay. Okay.
Well, but my new phone gets here. This thing here is getting really
Yeah.
on my nerves.
He finally got him a new phone, ordered him a new phone. So, hey, Joanne from Ohio. Kevin K says hello, Skip, Sue, and everyone else.
Kevin?
Kevin K, he's in the fort, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Russell wants to know, are the UPS delivery trucks actually quieter, or is it simply we are getting older and hearing the truck isn't as
That
easy?
wasn't a UPS truck. That was an Amazon truck.
Yeah, that was an Amazon, one of those
the
electric.
Amazon trucks around here are electric.
And they are. They're almost silent, even when they're moving. Mark Sears says, hi, Skip and Sue, sitting here in southern Lower Michigan, enjoying porch chat and knitting my 10th scarf this winter. 70 years old and is a relaxing hobby to do during cold and gray winters. Yes, it is. Like I used to do that. Don't do that as much anymore. So Kevin says 40 degrees in the fort, going up to a balmy 45. Might have to get those shorts and trees out. Oh, well, we feel for you. And I don't want to make light of what the weather is up there, because I said last week done me in as far as bad weather goes. That cold just goes right to your bones. Now, if you didn't have to go out, that was one thing. But, of course, Buddy has to go out. So I said, getting up early in the morning and go out in that freezing cold. I said, I feel for y'all. At least we don't have to traip through the snow. That's a big plus right there. But still, I was, me and him were both dressed for the weather. I said he hated his coat. He's got a new coat, and he hates it because it zips up around his neck, and I don't think he likes that. So I tried to leave it a little bit unzipped this last time, and he's still flinging his head around. So I don't know. We may have to do something else, but like I said, at least it got to where he can do his flannel shirt, and he won't have to put his coat on for a while. I don't think. Not the rest of this week, anyhow. Let's see. Jamie says, before buying our house here, we looked into mobile home parks down in Fort Myers area, and just the lot rent alone was $1,500 per month. Yes.
Well, it's because you're next to the ocean. The closer you get to the Gulf or the ocean, the higher everything is. Insurance and property and HOA fees, everything's higher.
Yeah. Jerry says, can you video your trip to the bank? That would be good viewing. Maybe some trucker language.
Oh, yeah, well, I use enough of that trucker. Who is that?
I don't know. I can't see over the bush. Oh, he had...
Then that's what he had. Who is that?
I can't think of his name. It's one of Buddy's buddies.
What? Where is he new?
No, but he's had surgery.
So do I know that guy?
Probably not.
Well, then he must be new. Because I played golf with everybody here.
Well, he don't play golf.
Oh.
I
can't imagine that. Somebody don't play golf here.
Yeah, Jerry. You go get us in trouble. Stuff like that. He may take some video on the way there and that kind of thing, but inside the bank, I don't.
There ain't nothing to take a video of. You're in a car.
Well,
it's just a road.
I don't think you can actually video in the bank. I think there's a road.
I can probably video in the bank, but I'm not saying I'm going to because, I'm going in there to get money.
Yes. Joseph Smith is finally warming up in Ohio. It's supposed to be 60 on Saturday, so we can finally get rid of the snow. That's been around 3 weeks.
Yes, I posted Joseph. That bank to say Ramshackles.
It's kind of right around the corner. It's not very far.
I wonder how hard it would be to get in Ramshackle at 3 in the afternoon.
It's, this time of year, it's hard to get in anywhere. But
yeah, it's an oddball time.
Well, I don't know. You just have to go and see. Usually it's a problem getting out, not getting in.
I know, getting out.
Yeah, and they don't have the biggest parking lot. It's a great place, but they don't have the biggest parking lot, and you're right there at the light. And so it's really hard getting out because the traffic on 441 is just continuous now. But we'll see. And Joanne asked if I enjoy a lot of the amenities. I did for a long time, and then when COVID came, I quit doing a lot of stuff, and just about everything, actually. And I want to get back into it, but then I got Buddy, and so he kind of keeps me kind of keeps me tied here a lot. And I said, Skip sleeps late, and so Buddy makes such racket when I leave that I usually put him in bed with him, and sometimes he lets him sleep, sometimes he doesn't. So I don't go out a whole lot. I really enjoyed the cardio drumming. I thought that was it was good exercise, but it was a lot of fun. And I had a couple painting classes, and I still think they're great. My teacher moved. One of my teachers moved, and I just haven't had the time to go back to them because we do a lot of stuff other than just physical stuff. So yeah, I don't really use the amenities that much anymore, but I intend to. I just haven't gotten to it. I was waiting until Betty got a little bit older, to where he's a little bit more control, if that ever happens. But I'm sure. I'm sure before long, because he's settled down quite a bit already. But like I did love the cardio drumming and the art classes. I don't know if any of you got to go to the fencing expo. And I loved watching that. Deb and I did a video of it a long time ago, and they had another one here last week or so. And it wasn't what I expected. It was different, and we really enjoyed it. And I don't know if I would get into that, but I liked watching it. Something I thought I might do, instead of just giving you the entertainment schedule every week, is to maybe highlight a different amenity that they've got here, because they have some clubs here that you would have no idea that they had. If you weren't into them, they've got some like the bonsai club, where they do the bonsai trees. It's fascinating to me. Now that I think I would like to do, because I love to plant. And I said, that's not something that I could have to worry about having the strength to do. But they've got so many different things to do here. And they always say if they don't have something that you like, if there's something you want to do, they'll help you start a club for it. So, and there's over 3,000. But like I said, a lot of people don't know exactly what they have here. The photography club, the hiking club. But I thought maybe I'd highlight a different club every week, and kind of give you an idea of what kind of things they do here. Even if I don't do them, I can't do all of them. Just like the pickleball, the tennis, that kind of thing. I can't do that kind of stuff, the golf. But they have other things for people that aren't able to do those physical things. And I'd like to tell you about them, some of them. So I'll get to that.
You know what the difference is between a girl snowman and a man snowman?
No.
Snowballs.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Wrestler says, for example, Solavita is upwards of $400 a month, depending on the size of the house. However, no other fees. It includes all the maintenance assessment and amenity fees. It doesn't include the golf. But Sherry says, on April 2nd, we will be celebrating 5 years in the Villages. Well, congratulations. We've been here 10, going on 11 now. Well, actually, we was here before, but in this house, we've been here going on 11 years. And we love this neighborhood. It's changed a lot. The people here have changed a lot. But at this age, any neighborhood you go to is probably going to change a lot. But yeah, it's wonderful being here. It's a safe place. I think it's a safe place to live. Quiet most of the time. We've never had the problems that some people have with the renters and that kind of thing. We do have some rentals in this neighborhood, not very many, but the ones that we do have, they evidently they vet them really good. One goes through Remax, I believe, and the other is the Villagers for Rent. And there's another one, Rip from a Villager, I think is another site. There's a lot of them, anyhow. But like I said, just do your homework. If you decide to rent something, make sure you're getting it from a reputable person. And like I said, those sites usually do the background work for you. So but yeah, we like this neighborhood and been here for over 10 years now. No, and we've had the chance to move. I mean, we was like everybody else. When the prices shot up, we thought we could make a buck, and we thought about it. And this has never been our forever home, because there's always things that we wanted, and I don't know if we'll ever get them. but like I said, this one didn't have a golf cart garage, and you've heard Skippy say it a million times that he wanted a golf cart garage. And basically, we don't need one. It was just for the space, more or less.
Just
the
more storage space, if nothing else. Because, the day comes, you come here, and you have this idea of how things are going to be. Well, 10 years down the road, because of health issues and because of changes and things like that, what you once thought it was going to be may not be. Like me, for example, I wanted to get back into golf, and I did when I first moved here. I was playing golf 6-7 days a week, every day. Why not? And then it got down to 5, then it got down to 3, and then I got this problem with my skin where I'm concerned about skin cancer and stuff, and I was advised by the doctor basically just to avoid sunlight altogether. I said, well, how much is too much sunlight? He said, if you can sit in front of a window and you can see without the aid of a light, that's too much sunlight. So I don't play golf at all anymore. It stopped me. Now that I don't play golf anymore, I don't hardly drive my golf cart anymore. So I might be getting rid of that. So things change.
Yeah, things change. No, just do what makes you comfortable. Tammy says, I live in Mulder Creek. Not much going on down here except construction nonstop. Yeah, they're just going to town. What can I say? I seen where they opened up the houses in Water's Edge, and I think sometime this week they're having the grand opening for the rec center there. I didn't write that down as to the day, but and Water's Edge is a new territory for me. I've not been to that neighborhood, so kind of one of those things where I need to go down and take a look. So, but yeah, there's nonstop construction. I don't know if they're on a timeline or what, but they just go from one to the next to the next. But Rester, Tammy says, Rester, we looked at Solvita last year, loved it, but once you got outside the gates, there was nothing to do and traffic was nuts. That's one thing. Yeah, it's down there in the middle of the
Disney World
Disney
stuff.
traffic.
Yeah.
And Orlando. Orlando's a busy town. Kissimmee, they're very, very busy towns. They've got a lot of touristy things. And
yeah, but Solar Beach is not down that far.
No.
Solar Beach is in Poinciana.
Yeah, but the traffic is still bad. And
Yeah, we saw that when we were there. When we were there, they were still building. We was looking around. The only reason why I didn't buy there as opposed to stay here was because they only had one golf course at the time. And like I said, I wanted to get back into golf, and golf was not part of your so-called amenity fees there. You had to buy a membership, and you didn't get really much of a break for that. So I decided, here they had all this executive golf course that are free to residents. And so for that reason alone, I mean, there was just no competition at all. But I could tell the way they were building and how it was. At that time, they were putting in new roads, too. And they told us about a hospital going up somewhere down there, I think, and a shopping center. The real estate lady was pointing. I don't know how much of it was true. I could just tell this is going to end up being a traffic problem down here. And I've heard from other people that it kind of is. But just to give them a little bit of a break, it's a nightmare here, too. But it's a nightmare everywhere in Florida in the wintertime.
Yeah, that's true. Florida in the winter, this is where people want to be. William says it will be ironic if Skip's deal with the bank gets him stuck in next door in Coleman. No, he ain't going to get that far, William.
Not until I get my money first.
No, I know what'll happen. He'll say, Sue, you do this.
I've already talked to her. She's going to clear me an hour. After this is over, we're heading right straight there.
Jerry is thinking about getting a place where I can view the Gulf of America. Well, good luck to you.
Do what?
Where he can view the Gulf of America.
Oh, threw me a curve there for a minute. Gulf of America.
Yeah. Oh,
by the way, I like that name.
Yeah. William says Ramshackles is busy at 3. There's an elementary school across the street from there.
There is?
I remember an old hotel, broken down hotel. I didn't know there was a school.
I really never paid no attention around there because when we're leaving, it's all about how do we get the hell out of here. Yeah. We didn't really pay attention to the traffic. So maybe there is. I don't really know that. I don't recall seeing one.
Yeah. But like I said, I think they're busy about all the time, especially in the wintertime. So, Rester says, not sure about Florida, but in PA you can video in a bank lobby because it is open to the public as long as you do not interfere with operations. You cannot video inside offices, vault, etc. Okay.
Well, I don't think I will anyway. I don't want to make her mad until I get my check.
Well, and I know, and when I go for my treatments in the hospital, there's a big sign up there: no videotaping.
Quiet.
All this, big sign that they don't want you. They don't want voice recording, videotaping, or anything else in there. So I didn't know about the bank, but like I said, there won't be any problem. So it's the sketchy part is the bank is still not a public building, so if they ask you to leave, you must go. They can't make you erase the video footage, though. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not getting into those kind of arguments anyway.
No, it's not worth that.
No. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy that argues with Border Patrol about, I'm not going to give you my this, I'm not going to give you my that. I don't understand that whole point anyway. Cop pulls you over and says, I'm going to see your license. I'm not going to argue with him. I don't get any of that when people want to do that because the outcome's not going to be good for you.
Yeah. Jerry says, no problem. Skip can pretend he's old and senile.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, he can do that.
Because I am old and...
That's what Wrestler says, pretend.
Yeah, I am old and I could possibly be a little bit senile. Who knows?
Deborah says, I was attacked by a man on a bicycle in the Villages. I was in my car and he banged on my windows and was trying to break my windows. I have never felt safe there since then. Huh.
Well, if he's on a bicycle, you don't even know if he's even in a villager. It could be an outsider from who knows where doing what. And this is what I try to let people know, that just don't let your guard down. So many people think just because you're in a retirement community, we're safe now. Nobody will bother us. And then 90% of the time, nobody will. But you never know.
Yeah. And we have gates here, but the gates are to slow the traffic down. They don't protect you. But like I said, as far as being in Florida, period, this is the safest place that I could think of. And I said, you never know. Sorry that happened to you. But like I said, I've been here for 10 years and never had a problem that would have caused me to do otherwise. So
biggest problem around here is if you try to walk on a golf cart trail, these drunken bastards around here will run over you.
Well, and if it was somebody, somebody on a bicycle, they may have been trying to warn you of something.
She said try to break her window, so it wasn't trying to warn you about something.
And like I say, did you report it? That's one thing around here. They're very big on.
People don't live here. They don't know who to report it to. We're 3 counties. Who do you call?
The sheriff.
What sheriff? Lake County? Marion County?
Depending on where she was at.
She don't know where she was at.
Oh, okay. Anyhow.
Quiet.
Rester says we can see the leaves blowing in the wind by the window reflection. Also, camera shakes sometimes. It makes the live stream interesting and dramatic. Yes. Yeah, it's, like I said, there is a good breeze going through. It's not bad. It's not real strong, maybe a 5 to 10 mile an hour breeze. And if it was just a tiny bit warmer, it would be nice, but it's not bad. Jerry says, I'm sure Sue enjoyed when Skip was gone every day golfing, the good old days. I did. I really did. And like I said, I didn't have to worry about, what time to have dinner ready or anything like that, because I knew where he was at, what he was doing, and he didn't have to worry about if I was out shopping every day. But at that time, Deb and I were out doing our thing on Wednesdays, and we did it every Wednesday. And so, when I quit doing that way, it was one of those things, and he had quit playing golf, so we're kind of stuck here together a lot. Oh, yeah, and we passed that 54 mark last week. Yeah, we've been married 54 years now.
Last week?
Last week. Friday, actually.
Who knew?
Who knew? And Pete wants to know what area is now considered the middle of the Villages. Brownwood.
Yeah, I was going to say probably close to Brownwood.
Yeah. Yeah, that, they've moved all the offices now down here to Brownwood from Lake Sumter now, because the farther they go, and that Southern Oaks area is supposed to be as big as the rest north. So this kind of keeps us in the middle.
But trust me, it doesn't make no difference if you're in the middle or one way or the other. Everything's open to you no matter where you go. It's just if you have to go a long way, you take your car instead of a golf cart. It's not a big deal. The homes are all basically the same. The newer models, they may add a little of this or take away a little of that.
Like they change the names.
They change the name, but it's basically the same house.
Yeah.
So, you know, and somebody said, what's the best neighborhood? There is no best neighborhood. They're all good. It's just that what do you want to be close to? That's the neighborhood you want to be in.
Yeah. And Laura and Judy says, happy anniversary. Judy says, should I say happy anniversary? Oh, my goodness, yeah. Rester said, on one of the videos I did with Skip, we came upon a guy who was higher than a kite. He wasn't bothering anyone, just dancing around and talking to himself. Only sort of bad thing I saw. Yes, because we're open to the public, believe it or not. Our squares, our restaurants,
even the country clubs. People don't realize the restaurants inside a country club, anybody can walk in there. Anybody.
Yeah.
You do not have to be a resident to walk in a country club here.
And then
technically, they're not country clubs anywhere. They're championship golf courses.
But yeah, you see a lot of that because Florida has a lot of that. But I imagine, you know, there's a big difference between you seeing it here and seeing it downtown Orlando.
I can't speak for downtown Orlando. I've only been down there 2 or 3 times. Last time we was down there was when Rosie O'Grady's was down there.
Oh, God, that's forever.
I don't know if we're still there or not.
Yeah, I've been there since then, so.
You have?
Yes.
When?
Me and Linda went to a concert.
That was downtown?
Yeah.
Is Rosie O'Grady's there?
It was on the same street that Rosie O'Grady's was, and no, it's not there.
So Hooters across the street's gone too?
You know, it might still be there, but they've turned that whole thing. You know, that was a shame that they let that go because it was such a great place.
It's a cool place. I liked it a lot.
They turned it into an indoor mall on one side, and I don't think it's even in business. Most of the stores along there weren't in business when I was there. It was a couple years ago, or maybe it was last year. Yeah, last year, because we went to the stadium to see. Who did we see? I forget.
What are you asking me? I didn't go.
I forget who it was now. Big concert. James Taylor. Yeah, and he was supposed to have Bonnie Raitt with him, and she wasn't able to make it. But I love James Taylor and Bonnie Raitt. Yeah, but it was a great show. But it was really in downtown, and it was on the same street as Rosie O'Grady's was.
Come on.
Jackie Van Gogh Hawkins says, we have been married 55. Well, congratulations. And Patrick is on his 39th. Oh, you just newbies. Clara May says, congratulations.
You know, people that murder other people usually get out of jail in less time than that. Just saying. Yeah,
that's why I seen a video the other day. It was really, really funny because it was one of these, you know, and you're looking like this, and it says, I remind myself by doing this every day what it looks like behind bars. So, Judith Moore says, Skip, I'm a big fan of your news report. With the new immigration policies, do you think the unlicensed speeding traffic violations will be turned over to ICE instead of just bailing them out?
Well, they don't turn people over to ICE just because they don't have a driver's license. They got to be an illegal immigrant. Now, I'm not sure who has to prove that. When a cop pulls a guy over and he says, I don't have a driver's license, does that automatically make him an illegal immigrant? I don't think so. Because they have a thing here called, I think, H1 and another thing called H1A or something like that, where agricultural people can bring in immigrants to work on these farms and things. There's a process they go through to make it legal. I don't know anything about all that either, but I know that is a process. I know that Governor DeSantis tried to pass some kind of a bill to be able to hold these people that they suspect are illegals, and somehow, some way, and I don't get into politics that much really, because I don't understand it, and it just pisses me off when I try to understand it. But somehow, whoever runs this state here was Governor DeSantis. I thought run the state, but somehow they took his powers of that bill They called it the Trump bill, and it's not a Trump bill. They just put his name on it, thinking it'd get passed, and apparently it did get passed, where it makes the leader of the agricultural and forestry services or something like that now that's in charge of deportation. And he says, "What the hell do they know about deportation?" So it was just on TV this morning.
Yeah, that is one bad thing about this stuff. We don't have any clarity on a lot of it, so it would be nice to know.
But I do know that he's toughening up on immigration. How much of it gets passed, how much of it actually gets done, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Wrestler says, I'm not sure how long I've been married to healthy home cooking, but sometimes feels like 80 plus. Since she is watching this, I mean, it has been the happiest 80 plus years ever. Nice save, Wrestler. Oh, my goodness.
We know who wears the pants.
Thank you, Clara May. I did not think I was ever funny, but okay. It's the news anymore. When you turn it on, I watch the news every night because I want to see the weather, and I want to see anything important that's happening around me, like the people in California with their forest fires. I want to know what's going on around me, just in case I gotta get out of here. But the news every night is getting more
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I mean, they're talking on there, and you listen to this, and you go to another channel, and they say just the opposite of what that guy just said. And you look at it going, I don't know who to believe here.
Yeah, and I said, it's bad. It's bad. And I said, you don't have the days of Cronkite and those guys that did Paul Harvey. You could believe anything he said, pretty much. And I said, it's not that way anymore. So it's kind of hard. You have to do your homework and decipher what they're saying and how they're saying it.
As of a few months ago, the largest news channel now in the world is YouTube. People go to YouTube to get the real news. People that actually live in that area, that would tell you what the news is, where the local channels in that area may dilute it just a little bit because political stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, how they get all that news, where they get all that news, I don't know, but that was a fact. So I tell you, I find myself a lot. I want to hear what other people's got to say about us. I go to Japanese news that has English there. Sometimes it's subtitles, and I see what they got to say about us. I went to UK news last night to see what they say about us, and you can go to Canada, different news in Canada, and you can see what they're saying. By the way, Canada seems to be in a bigger mess than we are. But yeah, it's just interesting to see what other people say. I haven't really found any news worth watching, really, but Africa's weird because everything that I would call a state in Africa is another country. Africa must have like 30 or 40 countries in it.
I don't know. Sherry says, Skip, love your Friday news. Can't always get to Potch Settin. And yeah, it's, like I said, Wednesday is a work day for a lot of people. And like I said, if you're not working, if you're Laura, you're on your lunch break, you get to see us. But this is live right now, but it'll all be on later because he will put the whole video on later so you can watch it if you're not able to do it.
If you see
during the live,
it'll say rerun on it.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to let everybody know the phone number and the phone that I use to do the live call-in show. I'll post that. I'm gonna put a little video. I think I'm going to do something a little different. I don't know how long it'll last. It all depends on how many people actually want to help with the information. I'm going to put that phone number up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the phone on 24/7, so you can call that number and then leave a voicemail with a question or a comment or whatever. And then I'm going to do videos like every week, I think. And we're going to play those comments, and then I'm going to give you my reaction to them if you want to do it. If you don't call, then I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, be nice.
No, you can say what you want. I'll bleep out the bad words and all this and that, so,
Judy Payne says Main Street media is very biased. Yes, they are. And I said, it's kind of like the country is. Everybody's divided on one thing or another, and the media is the same way. It depends on who they're getting their money from.
Man,
Judy wants to
look
know,
at
what does Japan say about us?
well, really, if you watch the different news around the world, number one news everywhere is Trump. I mean, just everywhere. I can't believe that one man could really affect Greenland. I was watching some kind of a Greenland news. It was probably, what is it, Denmark? I think it's Denmark that has that. And once again, the leading story was Trump, because he says something about buying it or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. You just have to understand, because I had a business mind at one time, and I watch what he does sometimes, because I'm just in awe sometimes about what he's saying and what he's doing, because I kind of get it. He's not going to do any of this. But while he's talking about buying Greenland over here, people are forgetting all about Canada. Or he'll be talking about Canada, and then he'll forget all about Greenland. And then somewhere in all that, we're picking up all these migrants and getting them the hell out of here. I think it's just all a diversion plan, even though history says this is not the first president that tried to buy Greenland. So even though we look at him and say, well, you're nuts, history doesn't say that.
There's a reason. Yeah.
Well,
Follow the money.
Well, no, the people who were in Greenland, they with this news, they went around and talked to people who actually live in Greenland, which why anybody want to live there, but it's beyond me. But they were talking to them about it, what they thought about it, and believe it or not, all of them said they would love to have America take over their country because they're getting nothing from Denmark. So there you go.
Resters says, Skip, did you see long and medium haul truckers are complaining their fruits and veggies runs are half to 3/4 full trailers or no runs at all? Not worth the runs much anymore, according to them.
Well, the problem with trucking right now, and I can't speak for everything, most of your fruits and veggies comes from California. California sucks. It's just that simple for a trucker. California sucks, and if I had my truck, I wouldn't go in California, or I wouldn't haul nothing out of California because of the new diesel fuel laws they have right now. They're saying if by the year 2035, you must emit 0 emissions in order to come in that state. So now all the diesel motorhomes in California, they won't register them, and so they're selling them or moving out or getting registration somewhere else. And if I feel like if that's the way you want to be, then haul your own stuff, because I wouldn't do it.
And why would that be? That they're only getting half a truckload or a third of a truckload. Is that because they don't have the workers in the fields, or is it?
That's not about workers in the fields. I'm not saying it's not totally true, but the idea is that workers in the fields, like in California, most of them workers in the fields there are legal. They are sponsored by a farmer. It's a corporation, and they have these visas to be here. Listen, I worked for overnight trucking company before UPS bought us out, and I went to Fontana, California every week. 9 out of 10 workers on the dock were from Mexico. They were not American citizens, but overnight gave them these visas, and it's all about they work for less money. But when the union took over and everybody had to negotiate a contract, see, I don't know what happened after that. I mean, I don't know if they decided I don't know. All I know is that having Mexican workers in Southern California, most of them that I've met are legal. They have these visas.
But I mean, Rest, I haven't heard this story at all, so I don't have any idea why would they be hauling half loads.
Well, ain't got nothing to do with the people in the fields. I'm here to tell you that's fallacy. That's
what I don't know why anybody.
Listen,
would
even this whole crap of everybody saying, "Oh my God, if we get rid of the immigrants, then we won't have nobody that work out in the fields." Well, who worked out in the fields before they even come here? John Deere makes all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Jerry wants to know if Judy's going to bring any of those fancy cookies that she had on Discord.
You kidding me? She probably already ate them all.
Yep.
Or gave them to the neighbors. That's what I mean. That's what these women do down here. They bake cakes, they make cookies, and then every time somebody comes over, they give you a bag of this, give you a bag of that, and then everybody complains about losing weight.
Well, because we don't need all that stuff. Especially when it was cold.
I haven't done anything but eat the food that you've been having in there. And the other day I looked at it and I was 237 pounds. I had gained 7 pounds, and I don't know from what other than
either, because it doesn't seem like
zucchini bread.
Anything. Well, that's what I said. When it's cold, I bake, and I make zucchini bread, and I made a strawberry shortcake, and all that. But we don't need all of that stuff, and that's one of the you share. Yeah, you.
Next thing you know, I'll be on a tofu diet.
If you just eat normal.
I didn't eat nothing yesterday.
I know. That's not normal.
So I weighed myself. I'm down to 233.
Oh my God.
Is it normal to lose 4 pounds in one day?
No.
I did poop twice.
That might have helped. Yeah. No, but like, you know, you need to eat. You need to have food. You know, not pies and cakes and goodies and ice cream, and you need food.
I haven't had any ice cream.
I know. But like, you've had all that other stuff. So, and I'm sorry, I'm the guy that's the culprit. I made all that stuff. Like, I do that when it's cold. I want to keep the house warm, so I bake. And I said, and the strawberries, let me tell you, the strawberry festival's coming. And the strawberries here in Florida this time of year right now are the best. You can actually taste them. You know, they're not the ones that are picked green and sent across the country. Right now in Florida, this is the time for strawberries because they're sweet, they're juicy, you know, they're very, very good. And I bought a ton of them because I just couldn't resist. They just tasted so good.
You hear that noise? Hear that?
I hear it. I don't know what it is.
Somebody's putting on a roof.
Oh well, yeah. I'm not surprised about that. They were doing Boise this week, I think.
Mm.
Most of the ones on Boise. Yeah, everybody was just, you know, they're just now getting their roofs taken care of from the storms we had in September.
Yeah, it takes forever to get insurance if you got any severe type roof damage to get them to do anything.
Yeah.
So that's why we always tell people, have a little budget. When my shingles came off up here, I got it replaced for like $600, I think it was, including the shingles, labor, and everything. I paid for it. I said I didn't even want to wait for insurance company anymore. They just drag it out, knowing that you'll just go ahead and pay it. And I did, and then they sent me a check anyway. After I told them I didn't want the check.
Didn't you say that Ira's starting a?
He's got a general contractors company. He's got now. It's on his channel. He advertises it, so he does everything. I guess he knocks out walls, does re-drywalling, and does, you know, I guess add on. And
Yeah.
he used to work here, so he knows how to stay up with the how you want to put it, the deed restrictions on what you could do and what you can't do, and so he'd be a good one to look at if you're thinking about doing anything.
Yeah.
Remember, inside the house, you don't need any deed restrictions for anything. You can go in the house and just tear it up. It's outside the house that you have to have restrictions.
And they want the neighborhood to be kind of uniform. So that's why some places you can paint your driveway, some places you can't.
You can take a third bedroom and you can grow marijuana plants in there, but you can't grow marijuana plants outside.
I don't know about that, but and Diane Montiel wants to know, are you looking forward to the Costco store? I am.
Oh, I am. I can't wait.
You know, I go to Sam's Club, and I do like Sam's, but it's farther over there, and the parking lot is impossible. I said
Well, you know why? They use the Sam's parking lot over there as a cut-through street to get to all them other stores over there.
That, and I said with the filling station out front, I haven't paid over $3 a gallon for gas since last year because I go to Sam's or BJ's to get my gas because it's a lot cheaper. And
how much is it
right now? Last time I got gas, it was $2.62.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But now I don't know what it is today because I haven't been over there because it changes all the time.
I was going to say, last time I looked and saw 7-Eleven up here, that newer one up there, it was over $3.
Yeah, they're all over $3.
Well, why that's like 40 cents a gallon.
They're warehouse stores. You can get them cheaper.
40 cents a gallon cheaper?
Well, it's not always 40 cents. Sometimes it's maybe 10 cents cheaper. But like I like that idea. Like I haven't paid over $3 for the last year. I know because I get it there. If I get it anywhere else, yeah, it's going to be. I mean, here it's gotten down. I think it was like $3.15 this week up here at the other filling stations. But like I said, over there it was still $2.80 something. So it just depends. They change it all the time.
I don't buy gas. I don't know.
Well, the Walmart neighborhood store is the same way. You can get a deal there if you got the Walmart card, and it's the same way. You can get it cheaper than what you do the normal gas stations. But that's why I like them. But Costco has a lot going on. It's not just their warehouse store, just like Sam's and BJ's, but they also have the optical. They have the hearing. They have rental cars. I mean, there's a lot involved with them, and I don't know exactly everything, but I'm curious, and I really want to find out because I know people that's used Costco for years, and I said we never did a lot of the warehouse stores because we don't buy a lot in bulk. Never did.
Well, at one time, I don't know what Sam's is like today, but many, many years ago, Sam's was basically built for other businesses, like restaurants. You bought a jar of pickles, it was a 5-pound bucket of pickles, and
Yeah.
that's just what the whole store was. I think they've changed over the years, so now you can buy smaller items. And
Yeah. Now, some of them still, sometimes you still have to buy 2 of something. If you want to buy mayonnaise, you buy 2 jars, or peanut butter, you buy 2 jars.
And thus, there's the problem here in the villages. Yeah. Now you got all this extra stuff you got to store, and you don't have the room.
Right.
A golf cart garage, you can stack it out there.
But like I'm very discriminating about what I buy, and if I
no, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Where's my cereal?
They don't have it. Amazon doesn't have it. It's not available at this moment. When they get it, I'll get it. So don't ask me. I don't know.
You got 3 boxes here not too long ago.
I know, but it now says not available. So wherever it comes from, because Amazon gets from different businesses. It doesn't get from one business.
They got it from Post.
Do you know that for a fact? I mean, Post makes it. That doesn't mean that's where it comes from.
I don't know how else you could get it.
Other stores that has it.
I don't think so.
Well, like I said, we're not been able to get it around here. And like I said, I did get those 3 off of Amazon, and then it's listed as not available. So if there's another store, I did see one the other day, but it was this huge box, and I am not buying this huge box.
Why not?
But it's just different vendors.
How big a box?
It was more than what we got room to store. And like I said, that's cereal.
Cereal?
Yeah. And
my cereal?
Yes.
It's a big box.
Yes.
How big is the box?
I don't remember, but I know it was more than what my plastic containers would hold. And I said, that stuff's sugary.
I don't care about your plastic containers. I'll put it out in the refrigerator in the garage.
This wouldn't fit in your refrigerator.
I'll make it fit.
All right, I'll go back and look and see if I can find it. But anyhow, he likes Sugar Bear.
I do.
And all of a sudden it disappeared from all the stores.
Because I like it. I swear to God, that's my luck. I go to a restaurant and find something I really, really like, and say, man, this is good. Next time I come back, I'm getting this again. Go back to that same restaurant a week later. Oh, they took that off the menu. It's gone.
Oh, let's see. Well, Jackie Van Hawkins says, people our age should be able to eat anything we want because we have survived these many years. It is time to party. That one thing that they don't tell you, remember when you went to college and they talked about the freshman 15? We have that here. Believe it or not. Like I said, when you come down here, you're not used to having the free time, and everything here is social. You have socials in your neighborhood. You have socials with all your clubs. There's pickleballers, and they have there's just a lot of things going on, but a lot of it revolves around food. The guys go to beer night, the ladies go to the wine thing, but you're always eating something, and so it's not hard to pack on the pounds. And I mean, it really, you don't even realize you're doing it. And as long as you're having fun and you don't mind, that's fine.
Do you ever notice that every time Laura's on here, that her employer is always taking them out to dinner somewhere?
I know, they must be really a good employer.
It says on here, it says, time for employee lunch for Lunar New Year. Never heard of that holiday.
All Asian food on the menu. Cool.
I'd go to that.
Yeah.
I like Asian food. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As long as it ain't raw fish, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, but like I said, just be aware that, like I said, when you come down here, you'll probably put on a few pounds because everything's social. And that's okay. If as long as it doesn't get into the medicinal part of it, if it affects your health, that kind of thing, that makes a difference. But expect 10 to 15 pounds. So
she says, Cleo to all. I guess that's Asian.
Chow.
C-I-A-O is chow.
Chow.
Where's the H?
Don't ask me. Oh, oh my goodness. Cash only says we I can't say that word. Boycott both Costco and Target. No biggie. It's just us. We don't need them.
I got no problem with these big box stores, but I still come under the question is how many of these stores do you really need? I mean, Walmart's dominant across the United States. Walmart is known to have some of the best prices across the United States. Forget grocery stores. And so, why do we need this store or that store unless it's a high end store, which Walmart's not? I can see that, but I just don't get all these stores. You know, you want steak? Well, they got an Aldi's. Well, they got a this. Well, they got a that. Well, how many stores do you need that sell steak?
I can get a steak just 6 miles away, but you won't eat that steak, so I have to go another 6 miles. That's why they have different stores.
Well, that's because they sell. What I got down here, Brahma mix.
Oh, I don't believe that. But
well, yeah, they do. You've seen the Brahma bowls out in the field. What do you think they're there for?
Okay.
They're not there for looks.
I don't think they sell that much. They tell you they sell that.
Oh, yeah, they do. They sell it and they mix it. It ain't that they sell the Brahma. They mix the Brahma with like Angus, and it looks like an Angus, but it's got that mixture in there.
The only thing I see is chuck or sirloin.
And then the other thing that I know about being on a farm is you always want to buy, you don't want to buy the side of the cow that it lays on. A cow always lays down on the same side when it goes to bed at night. Okay. Always. So if you watch a cow, if it lays on the left side, you want the right side. So when you buy meat at the store, when they butcher a cow, you're getting the whole cow. So you don't know what side of the meat or side of the thing come from.
Yeah. Okay. Wrestler says, Sue asked Skip if he's going to wash the car now that all the snow is over. I am thirsty and need a drink.
Huh?
Are you going to wash the car now that all the snow is over?
I don't have to. Sue's got a yearly thing. She takes it over there and gets it washed 10 times a week. Yeah, you can buy this yearly card thing over here at the car wash.
He needs a drink for your wash.
Oh, I see. We're having that drinking game again?
Yes, we're doing the drinking game.
Oh, well.
Every time you say wash.
Yeah, I'm slowing today.
Mark Span says, hello from rainy Fort Worth. Enjoy watching Port Settin. We can't always watch live, but we always watch later. Well, thank you, Mark. Yeah, we're, like I said, if you can't watch us live, like I said, it'll be in the, what do they call it when you do it later?
Replay.
Replay. Okay, we'll be in the replay. Jerry Bell says, in my experience, Costco provides a better experience and the employees are much nicer. Costco treats their employees much better and it shows. You can also return anything.
That might be true. I don't know that because I've only been to a Costco once in my lifetime. When I went there, I ate a hot dog.
Yeah, he was sampling all the free food. But and I think they still have the $1.50 hot dog and Coke. Like I said, I think I don't know if they're if their food place is any bit different than what Sam's. I know Sam's changed to doing the QR codes or whatever on the phone. I think in the restaurant part, and I haven't been in there since. But it just seemed like it was awful confusing. I don't know if Costco does that or not. That's what I'm curious to see how they set up here. I don't. The spot that they went into or are going into is I don't think it's that big of a space. I mean, it's big, but by the time they get the parking lot in, it may be the same as Sam's Club. It may be a disaster to get in and out of there, but we'll see. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. Tom used them all the time. But like I said, we just never bought a lot in bulk. But now I know what things I need that I can use in bulk, and what I got room for and what I don't. But there's the little things that I can't find. When I went the last time, I was looking for glass cleaner, sprayed glass cleaner in the can. Because I have the regular Windex, but I wanted the can. Everybody tells me it's different in the can. And I have such an awful time with the mirrors. I hate cleaning mirrors. And I said, I don't care what I do to it, it just comes out smeary. And I've used every formula they've got on YouTube, and it just doesn't matter. So somebody told me to use this spray can glass cleaner. So I was looking for that while I was there. Well, the only way I could get it is if I bought 4 cans. Well, now that's not something that's going to go bad. So I went ahead and got the 4 cans. But a lot of stuff like that, I just don't bother if it's that many because I'm not gonna use it. But like I said, I've just heard a lot of good things about Costco, so I'm curious. There's one, not too far down the road, maybe 30 miles or something. I just never bothered to go there. But I know some people that they make it a weekly thing.
What's that meat market over there at Wildwood that I see all the time? Looks nasty from the front, but it looks like to me like the old-fashioned meat
Butcher
market
shop,
thing
yeah.
where you go in and say, I want, I don't know, let's say sliced ham, and he'll cut off a piece and you'll tell him a little thicker or a little thinner.
And I think you can. I've never been in there, but I think you can do that. If you want a steak, it's this thick or that thick, that kind of thing. But
Wonder if he's any better as far as prices go, or at least I don't know where you've been getting steaks have been okay. I don't know where you've been getting them, what you've been paying. I don't want to know, but those are okay. And where you got the last two lobster tails have been okay too.
I got the same place I got the steak.
Okay.
It's Fresh Market, and I said,
God, that probably costs $50.
well, they're higher, but like I said, if you eat it, it's worth it.
I eat it all.
Better than throwing it away. And Cash only says most cereal is poison. I don't eat a lot of cereal, but I don't think it's
about
poison.
The chemicals and things that go in.
Oh yeah,
that's probably true. But most of what I get is puffed rice, and then it's coated with
sugar,
honey. It's a honey thing.
Yeah,
it is sugar, but it's just a honey thing, so it's okay. Probably the worst thing that I have is the milk that goes on it, because it's homogenized. They got all kinds of preservatives in milk, and I don't even know what country this milk comes from. You say that you laugh, but I've been across to Texas along the border.
That's funny that cereal just has sugar stuff on it, but milk has all kinds of additives.
It does. It's a fact.
All our food does. That's a problem.
No, not all the cereal.
Yes.
Not all cereals has all these chemicals in it. Read the box. I read the box all the time, and most of the stuff that I eat, like Honey Nut, it's just basically grain and honey.
And they've got preservatives in it. They have to have.
No,
or they wouldn't have any shelf life.
I don't know if that's true or not.
That's true. Trust me, I know.
So you're telling me there's a shelf life on wheat? No. We kept it in our barn and wagons for months before we took it in and sold it. There's no shelf life on wheat.
Have you? Well, okay.
You city people think you know it.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
Judy wants to know how long I've been married to Skip. 54 years. 54. A long time. Karen said she would have waited 40 minutes for gas this morning at BJ's. Yeah, that's one thing you're going to sit there.
Well, if it's $2.67, I can see why. Wait a minute. Can anybody go in there, or do you have to have
a card?
A member's card.
Yeah, got to be a member. Oh. And I said, sometimes it does take a long time, and sometimes it's a little bit irritating. The last time I couldn't. Mrs. Rizzo had to help me because I had not been at BJ's for a long time, and so I didn't know where to put the card.
Most of them anymore, you just tap it.
Well, the membership card goes in a different place than what your credit card goes in, and I wasn't sure where to put it, and I pulled in on the wrong side naturally. Some of them you can do either side, in which this one you can do either side, but I don't like pulling all the way across the car like that, but I did. But yeah, she had to show me where you put the membership card because I couldn't find the thing. But yeah, it's a long wait sometimes. But like I don't get gas but like once a month, if that much. So I go on purpose. I go there to get what I need at the store. They have the rotisserie chicken for $4.98. And that's what Buddy eats.
We buy Buddy a chicken.
Yeah, I buy Buddy a chicken. He eats other things, but
he eats better than I do.
He eats mainly a chicken. But if they're $4.98, I couldn't buy 2 cans of dog food for that. So, but he eats good. But yeah, sometimes you have to wait. But because I have a when I go over there.
We're out in the living room and he's running around. Sue's chasing him, and somehow, some way, and I don't know how, he got in the pantry, opened up a bag of sweet potatoes, and was running around the living room with a big sweet potato in his mouth. He wouldn't give it to nobody. And the next day, I went out there and he chewed the hell out of that sweet potato, and there was all these crumbs all over the footstool.
Yeah.
I don't even think he ate it. I think he just liked tearing it up.
What is that?
Flour.
Yeah. But Judy sent me a thing about that they said not to let him have the sweet potatoes unless they were cooked because it would. I don't know.
I don't know if he ate it. I think he just liked to chew it up.
Like to chew it. It's like he's chewy. He liked chewing on it. And but I cooked it and he ate it. But I won't give it to him plain anymore. But he got it out of the bag himself. I see it was in the bottom of the cabinet, and I left the door open, and he got it out. He knew what it was, evidently. Um, okay. Let's see. Wrestler says Costco travel has great deals. In addition, if you use their Visa card, you get 2% cash back, plus you get 100 to 500 gift card, depending on the trip. Best deal we found this far. That's what I've heard. I've never, never tried it. And like they've got car rentals. I know somebody that only rents their cars when they have a car rental through Costco. Like I said, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I'm intrigued by it, and I want to check it out. So I'm glad they're coming because I wouldn't go 30, 40 miles to go to one, but I will go to the one that's going to be here. For one, it's a lot closer. But like I said, it depends if it's as bad.
This guy says Sugar Bear Cereal changed their name to Sugar Crisp.
Well, that's a possibility.
That's what you need to look for then.
Okay, but it's got the bear on the box. That's what I said.
If you're on Amazon, you're typing it in.
But they do have some cereal that's close to that. But I brought it home once, and you said no. So
close ain't good enough.
Well, I know, and that's what I said. I always
it's kind of like duck eggs is close to chicken eggs.
You got to see the bear on the box.
There's a whole story about them duck eggs and me. When she was working in Marion at RCA, a gas station down there on the corner, I was delivering from Zellerback. I went in to get breakfast. Yeah, I could. As soon as he brought it, I looked at it. What's that?
They serve duck eggs. Wrestler says you're slurring your words. Did you say Angus or anus?
Well, either or. It all tastes the same.
Oh, Jerry says that's like 5 more drinks. William Callahan says, you're saying I have to lose weight before we move there, so when we gain weight, I'll be right back where I started.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, or just simply don't worry about it, because depending on how old you are. The average man dies at 76, so if you're 75, just enjoy yourself. You ain't got much life left anyway.
Yeah. Oh, and Matthew, you're right. He says, Sue, I'm rolling. I could get steak 6 miles, but you won't eat it. It's the truth, I mean, I could get it at Winn-Dixie. I could get it at Publix, which they're closer to us, but he won't eat theirs.
It's not that I won't eat it. It's just when we get done, I got a pile of fat and gristle sitting over here, and it's almost as big as a steak.
Well,
so I wonder, what am I paying for? Yeah. I'd be better off to go to Longhorn and pay for a meal.
That's true. Jerry Bell says, yes, $1.50 foot long and drink. Yeah, I thought they still had that, but I wasn't sure.
Speaking of that, we come back from the bank. I wonder if we can get into Texas Roadhouse. I ain't been in there in a long time.
Yeah, probably. Mark Span says Sam has the same hot dog and Coke for $1.38. Well, there you go. You just, like I said, I got aggravated with their phone thing at Sam's Club, but I don't eat in their deli anyhow. But there you go. It's $1.38 in Sam's and $1.50 at Costco.
Wrestler says that Jerry claims his wiener is bigger.
Miss Vicky says you can get the spray can glass cleaner at most car parts store like O'Reilly's and Advance Auto. I know, honey, but like I said, that was one of those things I was thinking about. I had it on the list, and I hate it, but I have to go 4 different stores to get everything because they don't have it at this store, they don't have it at that store. It's maddening sometimes.
Well, the problem with snowbird season is that there's so many people here that people say we need more and more stores, is because it is a problem, I think. You go to the store, and it's not unusual for a store to be out of something you want because they sold out of it.
Yeah.
My tea, for example. I have a specific iced tea that I really, really like. So anytime Sue goes to the store during the so-called winter months, if there's 6 bottles up there, we're getting all 6 of them.
Oh, Wrestler says 54 years married to Skip. Wow. I am only 40 years old. They have been married longer than I have been around. Okay, Wrestler, fess up. You're older than 40, right?
What did he say? Did he say he's only 40?
Yeah.
You just keep convincing yourself of that.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Wrestler. Mark Span says he's had a hot dog from both Sam's and Costco, and they are the same. And Mark Span says wife says Costco's are bigger.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's one of those things. That's one of those guilty pleasures that I still every once in a while. I love hot dogs. I grew up on hot dogs. My dad told me I was going to turn into a hot dog. He took me for a foot-long hot dog and a cherry phosphate every Saturday. And I said I pretty much quit eating the deli meats and red meat altogether. But every once in a while, I crave a hot dog, and I will get one. Like it or not, I will get one.
Last time I went to California, I went to a little town called Julian, and there was a corner cafe on the corner in that little town, and they actually had phosphate drinks.
Yes, they had the cherry phosphates, yes.
And some other, I don't know what they're, lemon phosphate. And anyway, so I got me, I forget what I got. Probably a burger or something like that. I think I had 2 cherry phosphates.
Yeah.
It's so long since I've had them. I didn't know even still made them.
Yeah, yeah. And I said, those are fountain drinks. You don't find them anywhere. So William Callahan says some people feel their time is more valuable than waiting for gas. I'm not one of those people. Me either. I'm pretty patient.
I'm not.
I know you aren't, but you don't have to worry about buying gas.
If you saw the video of me bringing the motorhome back home after I dropped the scooter off, I said in there, I'm at this such and such gas station. That's a 10-mile marker. Gas here is like whatever it was. I'll say $3.25. I went to Buc-ee's a few miles north of that place. Gas was like 15 cents a gallon cheaper, but it was a madhouse. I just turned around and went down. I paid more for the gas because I didn't want to fight the traffic in there. And some of these Buc-ee places on the weekend, they're crazy.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Joanne says, I always buy my dog a chicken at Costco. She loves it if I take the skin off. And I do. I take the skin off for Betty. And I bought 2 this week, and I already parted one out and put it in a plastic bag and put it in the fridge. And I said, he seems to like theirs. When I don't have a rotisserie chicken, I'll buy the canned chicken. But he seems to like the rotisserie. But I gotta find something else. And the lady told me in the doctor's office the other day to feed him some rice because he's got mushy poops, and those are hard to pick up. So she said give him some rice. I don't know if he'll eat it or not, but I'm going to try that because that's why I tried the sweet potatoes and the carrots and that kind of thing, so it would kind of harden up his poop.
Carrots. Yeah, I think Buddy eats carrots, cooked carrots.
Yeah, cooked carrots and sweet potatoes.
When it comes to salad, he actually stuff in the salad. He'll eat cucumbers.
He does. He loves salad. I got a vegan dog.
And she wonders why he's got runny poop.
But that's what I said. I've got to give him something that makes it a little bit harder because it's getting a pain.
No, don't need to give him something to make it harder. Quit giving him the crap that makes him have poops, like cucumbers.
That doesn't do that.
How do you know?
I know it doesn't.
How do you know it doesn't?
Jerry says, I give our dogs cooked sweet potatoes that we freeze in a Kong. Yes, and I give him the cooked sweet potatoes. He likes those. He really does.
Buddy,
but just not very much. And it keeps them busy. They have to put it on a towel or you will have orange floors. Yes. That's where, they've got some of those dog treats that have you seen the ones that look like candy canes that have the red strip around it? Well, that's dye in those. That's red dye on those strips. And I said, now, Buddy, I never bought them for Buddy, but one of the dogs that we had, I bought those once, and everything, I had it on the couch. I had everything he got near that red dye come out of those things. So I will never buy those again because I didn't have any idea. I thought that was red meat around those, but they're little chewy treats. But it's, I don't know what kind it is, but like I said, that's dye in them that comes out.
Somebody asked a while ago where you got these chairs, so they're looking for them for their lanai.
Oh, okay. These actually come off of Amazon, but I was looking for, Linda had some in her lanai that I really, really liked, and they were just like these, only the arms were bigger, and I really liked those, and she said they come from Home Depot, and I said when I went to Home Depot, they didn't have them, and I said I was kind of in a hurry to get them for Christmas. And so I just ordered these off of Amazon. But they've got several, if you look, they've got several deals. One of them is you get the table. Now this one didn't, these were just the chairs and the cushions. It didn't have a table that come with it, but they've got one deal where you can get the chair with the tables that come with it. You can get some with footstools that come with them, depending on how much you want to pay for them. So, but yeah, I got these off of Amazon. And they were very, very good about sending them. I mean, they sent them right away. I was so surprised.
Assembly required.
Yeah. It wasn't a whole lot, though, was it? I was gone the day you put them together.
Yeah, it was all right, I suppose.
Hey, Rizzo. They're down in the Keys this week. Are you having a good time down there? I know your weather's warmer than ours is, so you've been bragging about it all week on Discord.
You still down the Keys?
Yeah.
I don't blame him. I would be too if I could.
Yeah, well. He says that we are having a big yard sale Saturday. Well, gee, I wish I was there. I missed the yard sales.
Can't be that big. The ocean's right there.
Okay, park roaming with Robbie says at least you got a Costco to get a hot dog. The only hot dog down here is Boosters.
Man, we got a new place. What's it called? That they have opened it up not too long ago. Hot dog place. Everybody was ratting about it when they announced that they were going to build it.
Portillo's?
Portillo's.
It's not open yet.
I thought I seen a thing on YouTube where a cop pulled a person over, the top 10 guy that they wanted, and he said he just got done building that, was working at building Portillo's down there. He's probably lying, but the woman in the truck with him said, yeah, they just opened it.
Oh, okay, well.
I don't know that. I'm just going by what the top 10 federal crime guy's girlfriend said.
Yeah.
Of course, she had a tattoo on the side of her neck, too.
Well, park roaming with Robbie, it's going to be on 466, so it won't be that far from you.
Where is Portillo's? Just out of curiosity.
Portillo's is down toward, I think it's where the Yellow Mushroom used to be. On
well, 441. I don't know where that is either.
On 441.
I know where 441 is. It goes all the way down to Orlando.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you exactly. It's in Lady Lake.
Is it anywhere near where Sweet Tomatoes used to be?
No, it's on down the road from there. It's not here. It's in Lady Lake, so. But yeah, Robbie Day, I said, it's on 466, so that's not too far from you. Judy Valentine says, Costco announced recently they are changing their menu in the food court. Really? Well, you know, I hate to see them change it. Well, they only had like pieces and hot dogs. They didn't have a whole lot anyhow, did they? Fries, maybe? I don't know. And like I said, I didn't eat any of their stuff because usually I'm doing the shopping. You know, Skip goes to the food court or he goes samples the free stuff. And I said, we've only been in a Costco once. And that was with our son. And, okay.
I just don't see no reason for me to go shopping. I mean, I don't understand why I need to go shopping.
And you don't.
People are always kind of getting on me. Oh, you should go shopping once in a while. You should go with her. You should go. Why? I don't get why. I mean, I don't.
To get out of the house.
Well, I can do other things. I don't buy anything. The only thing I buy, when I buy something, is I just usually order it and have it shipped to the house. Like when I wanted, what was the last thing I had brought here to the house? I had something brought to the house. Like this week.
This week?
Whatever it was. It must not have been, oh, no. I was going to say, whatever it was, it wasn't nothing important. I always buy stupid stuff. $10 stuff, $5 stuff. Every now and then I'll get something that costs more, but I'm the guy that, you know, that I just don't buy much. You know, if I need a shirt, I don't have to worry about it. Sue overbuys my shirts. I got way too many now. If I need any pants, I just open a drawer in there and there's 50 pairs of pants in there and half of them I can't wear because either they're way too big, way too small, you know, or I just don't like them. I got shirts in there with the price tag still hanging off the sleeves because I won't wear them because there's something about them I don't like.
Yeah.
There's certain colors. There's certain colors that really aggravate me, and I just won't wear them.
Yeah. See, and I buy shirts that I think he looks good in, but if they aggravate him,
I don't mind this kind of shirt. But let's say this shirt was purple with yellow stuff on it, I would never wear it.
Like anybody would care. Scott Hirschman says, Sue is a saint. I am, Scott. You know, it takes the patience and joke sometimes, and I'm right in there. That's why they call me Saint Sue. Elaine Skursky says, I see in your future someone creating a bulk store group where people can buddy up and share the large packages.
I think
do this with my neighbor. Yeah.
Don't they? When they go to Sam's, somebody say, if you're going to get this, get that, and I'll take half of it or something. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
They did the same thing when Olive Garden used to have free samples when you went there and made it. I don't think they do it anymore, but they had free samples of wine, of whatever it was that day. And we actually sit there one day. We weren't here full time. And there was a large table of older ladies. I don't even know how many was at this table, 20, 25 girls all lined up there. And they were just having a ladies' night out, having lunch or whatever it was. And I was watching them, not saying anything. I was just watching them. And I saw this one lady take her wine glass and dump it in a glass next to her. That lady took that same glass and dumped it in another glass. And they did this all the way down through there. So at the end of all this, there was only about 4 or 5 people that actually drank wine, but all these little samples made several glasses
Yeah.
full of wine.
Obviously, those weren't the people that were driving.
No, and they just passed it around. I looked at it, I told Sue, I said, that's genius.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's let's see.
JC, look at that, give me a $20 super chat. Crazy guy. JC right there. He's one of the entertainers the villages has. We go down to Brownwood at the Bear World when he's down there because I don't know. You can go in there and you can hoot and holler and have a good time and listen to him play. I try to feel sorry for people like JC when he's playing at a place like that because he's putting everything he's got into this music, singing his heart out, and there ain't nobody really paying attention. They're talking, they're carrying on, and it's almost, I don't know. I don't think I could do it.
And that's an entertainer's life. You have to be able to deal with that. I know.
I don't think it's like that everywhere here, though.
Well,
You go like to a square, like with Scooter's there, the people on the dance floor are paying attention to him. It's everybody else around there that don't pay attention to him. They're sitting in little groups of circles and they're talking and carrying on. And I sometimes wonder why they even go to the square. They're not listening to the music. They're not dancing. They're just up there shooting the
it's
shit.
social time. Yeah. Mr. Rizzo says, Sue, the wife said you can get the spray Windex from the Dollar Tree. And I know, Mr. Rizzo, that
What's
sometimes
that, the Dollar Tree?
the spray window cleaner.
Best window cleaner I ever had as a truck driver was in a truck stop. It's foam. I can't remember the name of it, but it's foam. You spray it on your window, and when you get done wiping it, no, there's a chemical in there. It gets all the bugs off the front, for one thing, but then also it dries streak-free. Never had a streak.
You know, and I needed some of that stuff. But anyhow, Mrs. Rizzo told me to try the spray can instead of the Windex bottle, and so I was going to give it a shot. But the reason I bought it there is because I thought of it at the time. You know, if I don't keep notes, I forget. And so, you know, the next time I went to Dollar Tree, I probably would forget all about it. But I know you can buy it about anywhere. The car shops, truck stops, and I probably Winn-Dixie probably had it, but I wasn't thinking of it at the time. So when I was thinking of it, I bought it.
The guy asked me once. He says, "Is your windshield in a golf cart glass?"
Don't make him mad. Buddy.
He'll get over this in a minute. Stop it. I told him, I said, well, I usually clean my windshield off because golf carts they're kind of plastic, and you'll scratch them, and they'll get foggy if you use the wrong stuff. Is on a motorcycle, which I still had a can of it in here, it's windshield cleaner because all the windshields on a motorcycle are plastic also, and it's just made for that. And it goes a long way. Like I said, I still got a can in there from our motorcycle days, and I ain't had a motorcycle in 10 years. But I use that to clean my windshield off. And it also leaves a coating on there that when it rains, the rain will beat up kind of like Rain-X, and it runs off easier. It's not great for that, but it does a pretty good job.
Well, I just hate my mirrors because of that. For one, they're big and they're hard for me to get to, but another is because I forever have them streaky, and it makes me crazy. Denise Lavity says, we have a few A&W left here in Michigan. Great burgers and footlongs with a cold A&W root beer in glass. They keep the glasses in the fridge, and that's nice during the summer. Oh, I used to love A&W with the root beer and the Coney dogs. Yeah, I love the root beer and the Coney dogs. And we had a special one in town, and they've been going for 50 years, I think. And I said, they're only open in the summertime. They never open during the winter. That's where they sell their Christmas trees is in there. But then they actually had the stuff that they make their Coney dogs with. They actually have a package that you can buy of that stuff. And my brother used to send them to me all the time. So I'd have that sauce. And I said, there's nothing like it. I don't know. Haven't been there in a long time. So I don't know if they still open or not. But yeah, love A&W. A&W and Dairy Queen, that was kind of our thing up there. And they always had decent food, and it was always priced reasonable. And I said, I've been to this Dairy Queen down here. We just, not too long ago, we got a Dairy Queen over on 301. And I've been there maybe once. And it was okay.
Well,
The Dairy Queen.
Where?
On 301.
I've been there 2 or 3 times. I took Scooter there.
Yeah.
You
I know.
saw what he was doing.
Yeah, he loved the food.
He likes the idea. I think that, well, anyway, he told me, he said he liked the idea that down here in Florida, that no matter where you go, you can sit outside.
Yeah.
In Indiana, of course, you can't do that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, wrestler. Yeah. Elaine Skersky says, I heard more protein may tighten up poop. I boil chicken breast and shred it for my pup. You know, when I was just giving him plain chicken, it wasn't any better. So, but I know he likes the chicken. It's good for him. And the breeder that I got him from said to try to stay away from the grain. Buy the dog food without the grain in it and that kind of thing. And so he likes, there's a certain dry food that he'll eat maybe 3 or 4 pieces, and that's it. And that helps. I wish he'd eat it all the time. And I've tried to get him to go to the dry food instead of the chicken, because when we travel, it's going to be a pain in the butt. So I wanted him to be able to eat the dry food, but, you know, I could put it down there and it's set for 3 days and he wouldn't touch it. So I want him to be healthy. And the vet says he's very healthy. So, you know, I'm just leaving it the way it is. But it is hard, like I said, to have to pick up his poop.
JC says, miss you guys already. Hope to hang out in February. Well, just let me know. I'm around.
Florence Keenan says, hi, Skip and Sue. It's Denise and Florence. We met you with Ira at World of Beer. Well, we finally bought a new home in Shady Brook, closed February 25th. Well, congratulations, Florence. Yeah, I know you're going to love it here. And I said, there's just so many things to do and explore, and take the first 3 months and just run around in the golf cart and get lost. That's the best way to do it. Okay, Dennis and Florence, yeah.
Sailor dude said I used to go to Dairy Queen in Jacksonville Beach, and they killed the owner. Holy crap!
Oh,
that's a Navy town.
Yeah.
So I can't
Florence
imagine.
wants to know if you're happy with your internet service, and if so, who do you have?
I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I'm not happy with any internet service here. The way they do things, they all have their little glitches in their system.
Okay, she didn't do.
But of all the different internet services that I have had, and I haven't had them all, because every area in the villages allows this service or allows that service. Very few of them will allow all service. So I've heard that the AT&T fiber optics is really good. I think I have access to that here. I've never had it, so I don't know.
Everybody tells us to get fiber optics, and we've never had the fiber optics.
Yeah, I've never had it, but I've had Comcast. Comcast was glitchy, and their customer service was awful.
Yeah, it's insane.
So I went to Spectrum when I was doing Wednesday Night Live. The guy came to my house, and I told him, I said, look, I'm very picky about this. I got to have high-speed internet for the show I do for 2 hours, and I don't want the show to go glitchy on the internet. It's something I have no control over. And he guaranteed me I wouldn't. He was, I forget his name, but he was really, really good about it. I called him up 2 or 3 times afterwards. He came right here at the house, came in, took care of things, and it was good. Now, I haven't had a problem with it for a while, but I have noticed this year my internet speed went from like 900 to, on an average now, I'm down to probably about 300. Now, that isn't hurting my TV or anything at all, but when I did that live call-in show, I brought up a couple of YouTube videos during that show, and when I went back to watch the replay, because I couldn't see what it was doing, I noticed it was freezing up. That's why I edited it and brought it back up again differently, because I'm sure a lot of people got really frustrated with that, and they just didn't hang around. So is 300 causing that? I don't know, but you might try fiber optics, which is AT&T. I also heard from somebody, these are things that I heard, I've never had them, but I guess T-Mobile has a system now, a 5G system for internet, and you don't have to have a T-Mobile phone to have the T-Mobile internet. I don't know what that costs at all, and I don't know how fast it is. I know it's 5G, but that's all I know. And the other thing, other than that, is you can get the Tesla, what do they call it, Starlink. But I'm not interested in that because I think that averages around $200 a month for Starlink for whatever wanted, and I'm not going to do that. So,
Yeah.
listen, the internet here can be an issue. I don't pay for cable. I cut the cord a long time ago. All I pay for is just the internet. And you might get a better deal if you got cable with the internet included. I don't know that it is or not.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being.
We don't have to buy a package.
Well, no, and I'm not restricted to you got to keep it for a year and all, and then they make changes, and I have no say so on that on the cable. Comcast was terrible about it. Every time you turn it on, your favorite channel was changed to something else, and I just got tired of it. So what I do now is we have a smart TV, and I pay for what I want, and I change it. She gets frustrated because I'll go from this. Well, we don't have that anymore. I went to this other thing over here. Like right now, I got Paramount because I thought there was some things on Paramount that I'd want to watch. And the truth of it is, in all of Paramount, there was like one thing that I wanted to watch, and that was it. So I'm fixing to cancel that and move on to something else.
Okay. Jerry says you will benefit from fiber because it has symmetrical speeds. This means the upload and download is the same speed, 500 up or 500 down. You need fast upload speed.
Yeah. And I used to have that. At one point, for upload speed, it was like 900.
And usually if he calls Xander, though, he fixes it, whatever it is.
I don't know if he's even here anymore.
Yeah. Jerry Bell said T-Mobile won't help you. You need fast upload speed.
It could be.
And
well, I know that Linda's got T-Mobile on the mountain out there.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I had her on the show, it was never a problem.
No, that's true. Florence says, thanks so much for the info. We will not want the internet too. Okay.
You got choices. Like I say, it depends on the neighborhood. And if that's a concern to you, when you come down here to buy a house, you ask that realtor guy, it's his job, ask him what internet service is available in this area.
Yeah.
Because you can't get just any internet in every area. Some areas you can.
And somebody told us the other day they couldn't get Spectrum. When we told them that's what we had.
That's right. Somebody did tell us that. Said their area Spectrum wasn't available.
Yeah, and I'm not sure where that area was. I don't remember now.
I don't remember either.
Yeah. But Lady J. Ram says, Sue, you may want to try taking a little bit of the congealed chicken broth from the rotisserie chicken, mix it in a bit of warm water into his dry food. He likes to be generous by not soupy. Yeah, I've tried different things all the time, and as long as he's eating good and, it's not been a problem. And you know how the vet picks him up and they check their ribs cage and everything. And I don't think he's going to get any bigger. He's 11 pounds now. And I don't think he's going to get any bigger than this. I think when they...
Is he still 11 pounds after they cut all of his hair off?
I was going to say, after they shaved him, I don't know.
Actually, whatever the ball, I kind of liked him better when he was all fluffy.
I like him fluffy, but it's so hard to take care of. If we can get an in-between, okay. But I still think his face needs to be short. The rest of them I don't care about. But I'm going to try to keep,
I ain't worried about it now. You already got it cut off. So.
Well, like I said, I'd waited too long because after he got fixed, he couldn't go get a haircut, and then the holidays come, and I just put it off too long, and I shouldn't have. And I said I couldn't handle getting his coat brushed out, but and he's good now. But I said he looks long and skinny without all that hair. He looked like a big old dust mop.
But he has his moods.
Yeah. Yeah, he does have his moods. And like I said, he hasn't been asleep all day today. I can't believe that. Now, he's going to sleep this afternoon and then not want to sleep tonight. No.
That's a problem. I'll be in the studio editing a video or something, 2 o'clock in the morning. He comes walking in the room carrying one of his dolls, and he sits there and he looks at me with this doll, and I know what he wants. He wants me to go play with him. Yeah. And I'm thinking, 2 o'clock in the morning, why are you up?
Park Roaming with Robbie says, my house in Walter Creek was wired centric fiber. It's okay. We get Villages Channel 70. Yeah, and, I've heard people say that you need the fiber. I'm just not.
Well, with me, it ain't.
I don't like change, and if it's working, I don't mess with it.
Well, I don't like changing unless I know I'm getting something better.
Yeah.
Right now, Spectrum's working okay for us. It's been working okay for a long while, even though I do, after seeing that glitch the other day doing the live thing. Is that because of the snowbirds? I don't know.
Yeah. P says, I tried T-Mobile home internet for a day before I packed it back in the box and returned it. I was lucky if I had old school DSL speeds. That's bad. Yeah. Well, I said, all we had to go by was, I said, Linda out in California, she's up on a mountain, and she had very, very good internet connection. It really surprised us. And she was T-Mobile, so. Wrestler says, Buddy needs to keep Dad clean. Skip is dirty. Buddy's tongue is going to get it tired.
He just sits here and stares at you.
Yeah, he likes licking on you. Oh. Jerry says, you can't get fast upload speed from cable internet. Well, I said, we've done good so far, so.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about fast. They told me in order to get high speed with Spectrum, because that's really what I wanted, was high speed. And Spectrum's got a rule that you cannot get high speed unless you are a business and they want a copy of your business license.
Yeah.
So, well.
I consider it a business, huh?
Yeah.
Rich A says, Skip, I have Comcast and PA, phone, internet, and TV, 4 cable boxes, and no movie channels. They just raised price to $324 a month. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we would not have a TV if that's what it was.
Nah. I would just get internet and I'd watch YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube anymore.
Oh, I do too. I don't watch that much TV. There's a few things on TV that I like, but
am I in your way?
I said I turn on the news every evening. I'm one of those people because I said I want the weather and what's going on around me. But other than that, there's not a whole lot on. Every once in a while, I'll find a gym like that Suits. I know they're starting the new Suits LA, but the first Suits, when I found that, it was by accident, and I really, really liked it. I watched, I kind of binge watched it, the whole thing. So I'm kind of curious to see what the new one's going to be. William Callahan says, you guys have an amazing day. Love watching your videos. He must have to leave. We'll see ya. See you, William. Come back and see us next week. Teresa Hilton says, watching Fort Settin is my favorite lunchtime activity. You two are hilarious. Well, I don't know why.
That William County, is he the William that lives over in Fruitland Park?
I don't know. This one has a last name, and then that William never gives a last name. So
I've had on the live shows where they call in, there's a William in Fruitland Park that calls almost all the time.
I know. He cracks me up. He always has your silly jokes.
Not very live show. This is a guy, he's been in Florida his whole life. He's never ever seen snow.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't know if I was the same guy or not.
I don't think so, but anyhow, we're getting toward the end here. So, you want to know what's going on this week or this weekend? And like I said, I told you last week about the Strawberry Festival. The Strawberry Festival here is until February 22nd. And they have food trucks, market vendors, and more. They'll have Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show and live music from the Greg Warren Band on Saturday and Hayfire on Sunday. It's 22nd and 23rd. The 22nd is 10 till 6. The 23rd is 10 till 3. If you've never been to one, it's kind of worth going down and browsing around. Myself, I went with Judy P last year, and we kind of walked around. And like I said, at the last minute, we thought, oh, we better get strawberries. That's what we come here for, believe it or not. And but like I said, we got some strawberries down there. wasn't impressed actually, but like I said, the stores are getting the good ones in now. Okay, the going to be a Mardi Gras event, 3 p.m. March 4th at Lake Sumter Landing with 2025 Mardi Paw event. That's your dog parade. Pet walk and costume contest with the Mardi Gras comes after from 4 to 9. Now that's kind of in the future, March 4th. But this Saturday is the chili cook-off at Lake Sumter Landing from 10 to 4. It's chili and beer tasting, and they also have a home show. So get there early. Parking is at a premium. I mean, because people really pack in there for that. So I would like to go check it out myself. And it's going to be, I think Saturday's going to be a pretty nice day. Brownwood has the Friday night car show from 5 to 7 on February 7th, which is, it's another week or so away. It's sponsored by the Village's Vets this time. Let's see. At Lake Meona Recreation Center, from 2 to 10 Saturday, is the Giving Showcase. It's a biannual thing that they have every year to learn about the dozens of giving clubs. There's a lot of clubs here that give to the community, and so this is a big convention of all those clubs, and you go and you can find out you can join or you can find out what they do. They give you tips, and you have a chance to network with all the other clubs and share resources. If you're in one club and there's another club there, you can share your resources, find out who to go to in case of this or that. It's very, very good, but it's at Lake Meona, Saturday from 10 to 2. And let's see. Also Saturday is the model train and show and sale from 9 to 4 at Savannah Center. It's $8. They'll have 50 Florida vendors selling all sizes, new and used, and antique parts and toy accessories. If you're a big train person, why, that's the place to go, especially if you need a piece for that or a piece for that. They usually have them there. And they have antique parts, if you got an old one. And after that, there's Pat Benatar Tribute and Dinner Show, Thursday, February 20th. The doors open at 5:30. It's $35 for a 3-course dinner. The show tickets are sold separately. That's at BelgradeRestaurant.com, or you can call 352-432-0039 to get tickets, or if you just want to ask questions. But that's pretty good dinner, 3-course dinner for $35. And then it doesn't say what the show tickets are, but you just call that number, find out. Tonight is the Mutts Gone Nuts at the Savannah Center. It's at 7 p.m. tonight. If you'd like tickets to that, if they still got any, it's thevillagesentertainment.com. The 31st is Vicki Lawrence. You remember Mama's Family? Vicki Lawrence from Mama's Family. She's at, like I said, at the Sharon, and on the 31st for 7 p.m., it's $56 and up for the tickets. And I always love watching her. I might, next time she comes around, I might go check out her show. Villagers for Veterans presents Laugh Out Loud Comedy Night. That's February 13th at the Old Mill Playhouse at 6:30. The tickets are $20. So you can see a comedy night and help out the Villagers for Veterans for $20. For the number is 513-220-5068, or go to villagersforveterans.org for tickets. So that's a nice little night out. Also, the Spring Fashion and Home Decor Market, and they have jewelry, accessories, clothing, purses, and makeup. It's February 7th in Rohan Rec Center from 1 to 4, and it's free to get in. They have some of the neatest stuff. I mean, you really go take the gay and go shopping. A lot of stuff there, and I think that's about it. So we still got some time left. Yeah, and Jerry says the chili cook-off should have been last week. It was chilly. Yeah, but like, it's nice to go in the good weather. Let's see. Yeah, Teresa Helton says chili cook's opinion, with beans or without. I've never really fixed it without beans. My son makes chili, and he used to drive to Texas every week. He was a truck driver, and he would go to Texas every week. So he makes a killer chili, but he's always told me you don't put beans in chili. But that's the way I'm used to making it, and I'll probably continue to do it that way. The other to me, just tastes like hamburger soup. But everybody's got their own thing, you know. Rosemary Laptop says, hello from the Great White North. Well, hello, Rosemary. I said, you got lots of snow up there? And she says she likes your shirt, Skip. And yeah, Wrestler says, check and make sure you're still subscribed. A lot of times we have a problem with that. For some reason, YouTube gets glitchy, and like I said, you'll think you're subscribed and you're not. So check and make sure you are. And if you do, click that little bell, which will tell you when we've got a new show on, anytime we're out. We're here every Wednesday at around noonish. And then Skip has the news every Friday at 6 p.m. And it's the village news. It's not, world news. It's village news.
Unless you're a Patreon or YouTube member, you get the news today at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, every once in a while, check and make sure you're still subscribed.
Today might be a little late on YouTube members because I got to go to the bank and argue.
Okay. Yeah. And Rosemary Laptop says, sorry I missed the chat this week, folks. Yeah, like I said, it's, sometimes you can't make it, but we'll have a rerun. And yes, thanks to all the great moderators. And like I said, we couldn't do it without them. You all are the best. And let's see. Thank you to the YouTube members and Patreon members who help make these shows possible. That's true. Thank you, Wrestler. Jerry wants to know if you found your OSU hat.
No.
No. And I said, I can't figure because I know he had it. Well, you showed us the video. He had it.
It's hard to tell where it is. It might be in the camper.
Well, that's a possibility, yeah.
Well, I take sometime when we go somewhere, I'll just grab a couple hats and take them with me. And so it's not here in my office. I looked everywhere, and Sue says she's never seen it. So that's my only guess.
Because he's got a rack with them hanging up on the wall, all kinds. And I said I couldn't find it either. So it's if I can't find it, it's not here. It's probably in the camper.
Might be. I
never even thought about that until just now. James Carl says, always enjoy watch Porch Settin while on my lunch break. Have a great day. You too, James. It's a beautiful day here. Hope you have a beautiful day where you're at. Rosemary Laptop says, just so you know, Sue, I'm a guy. Okay. That's okay. Wrestler says, vegan chili is the best. Skip loves that version is the best. If you ever make Skip chili, remember, make it vegan. He would never know. I did it once with the vegan crumbles, and he said it wasn't half bad.
No, it was turkey.
Well, that...
Turkey burger.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
I know what it was.
You had turkey burger.
Well, I might have told you it was turkey burger, but I know what it was.
I read the wrapper.
Okay.
My big thing is noodles. I like noodles in my chili.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that everybody turns their nose up to is that. But I just like noodles in my chili.
Yeah. And I made it with noodles. I made it with macaroni. My mom always made it with macaroni. But like
my mom made it with macaroni.
Yeah.
But I really, if I have my choice, I like angel hair pasta in it.
Ew.
I mean, ooh. I've made it that way for the longest time.
I've not used angel hair.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Here lately, you've forgotten, been using spaghetti in there. But I like angel hair, really.
Okay. Live and learn. We've been together 54 years. I'm still learning. Okay.
Well, it's just like going to Steak and Shake. See, they use spaghetti. But it's a special kind of spaghetti, and I don't know what it is. It's just a shame that Steak and Shake up here are doing what they're doing, because I ain't been to Steak and Shake now in years.
What are they doing?
When we walked in there's nobody working in there anymore.
Yeah.
You have to go to this robot machine and poke your stuff in there.
Well, that might have been something they were trying out. They may not still be doing it.
Well, it sure worked. I ain't been there in years.
Well, okay. I said I don't go there, so.
I don't work for these people. They're not paying me.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Rosemary Laptop says, yes, not his laptop, it's hers.
What?
That's smart thinking.
What?
He said, Rosemary Laptop. He says he's a guy. Then he says because it's her laptop, and he's using hers.
Oh. Well, see, I got an extra phone in there, the one I use for the call-in show. It's her old phone. So every time a notice comes up there, it's always a notice from something that she subscribed to on that phone. I have no idea what it is. I go to the pictures on that phone, and there's all kinds of pictures that ain't my pictures.
Yeah.
It's because it's her phone. So
Jessica says you like thin spaghetti, not angel hair.
what's the difference?
I know, Jess, right? This is not easy. This is your granddaughter.
I know, but I don't know what the difference is.
Well, like I said,
You got spaghetti and then angel hair. Or she's saying angel hair is just thin spaghetti. It might be, but I just like it. I like the texture better.
thin spaghetti.
Yeah.
And like I said, with angel hair, there's not much texture to it. So, yeah, and we miss you too, babe. Tin Cap says, greetings from Pecos, Florida, Texas.
Huh?
Greetings from Pecos, Texas, Tin Cap 131. How's Texas doing? Have you got rid of the snow out there? Haven't talked to anybody there for a couple days, and I
don't
know
think they got a lot of snow, but they got cold weather. Well,
Ron had to break the ice in the pond for the
down
duck.
by Rockport, you know, if they get snow that south, then pretty much all of Texas probably got some kind of snow.
Yeah.
But he sent me that picture, and I was kind of shocked. I thought, no, there's no way does that snow go all the way down there. But by God, it did.
Yeah.
Because then later, the next day, I was watching the weather, and he was talking about Pensacola, Florida, or Tallahassee, Florida, one of them up there. They got something like 6 or 8 inches of snow.
Yeah, I know. And Tin Cap says it's going to be 80 on Friday in Texas, so good for you. I think we're going to be 84, something like that, yeah. Racer Girl says vermicelli is a thin spaghetti. Now, it's not vermicelli that he likes, but I said it is thin spaghetti. And I'll have to show him the difference.
Who's that?
I don't know. Oh, he's talking to her. Oh, love you too, honey. Going on lunch break. This guy has to go back.
Well, come on, let's end this. We can go. I got to go to the bank.
Okay. He's just dying to get into it with somebody. Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna get done with this, and see you next week. Have a great week. Hope your weather gets better. And ours is wonderful. So, see you on the other side.